Hello everyone, it is Monday and I am just about getting close to finishing my last walk, and I've got one hell of a hobble right now. It's the day after the Manchester Marathon and Jason is at home recovering. His boss luckily gave him 2 days off today, or 2 days off today and tomorrow, in order to recover, and my god, he needs it. He is really struggling to walk today, which I'll be honest, I'm not much better considering I didn't run the marathon. I was just running around trying to get to all the stops, and I did a third of the steps that he did over the weekend. I ended up doing 20-odd thousand steps and he ended up doing 60-odd thousand steps, and yet somehow I'm still hobbling. I still managed to have quite a nice little hobble going on because my Achilles tendon on my left side was not happy about the amount of walking I did yesterday. Not happy at all, and I think the boots I was wearing didn't help. I was wearing my normal, very thick-soled, very cushioned walking boots that I got not too long ago, and I don't know whether or not it's because I've not properly broke them in, because I automatically didn't like the feeling of not being able to feel the ground under my feet, and I was automatically twisting quite a lot and losing balance. I don't know whether or not because I've not had a chance to break them in properly, that's one of the reasons why I'm struggled with them. And they have put ow, bitey things biting my ear, and they also put a lot of pressure on my ankles. I don't think my body likes the high ankle type shoes. They just don't seem to sit right on my ankles. I don't know if I've got funny ankles or what. Regardless, I've got a bit of a hobble going on. In other news though, it is a new day, it's a new week. What's going on with me and what's going on with the world? I put a new community post up this morning, which some of you have seen, some of you have not. For those that haven't seen it, I have already entered the Manchester Marathon 2026. When I say I don't give up, I literally mean I do not give up. I am determined to do a half marathon by the end of this year. We're currently booked in for the Delamere half marathon, the Delamere Trail Run half marathon at the end of this year in November. Now we are rebooked into Manchester Marathon 2026. Now the challenge is, I'm very aware that we are trying for kids, and so there is a possibility that I might be pregnant before the marathon, and I have done a lot of checking. So long as I am training for it and I am prepared or used to running those longer distances, even if I'm 6 months pregnant, I theoretically should be able to still run that marathon. So it is going to be interesting to see whether or not I can physically get to that point. If not, I might have to try and defer it for next year or for 2027, because I'm not going to be able to run a marathon if I'm 9 months pregnant. So we'll see what happens. If I'm only like 5 to 6 months pregnant, or by that point, then I'll still give it a go. If not, then, or if it's past that point, if I'm in my third trimester or close to the end of second trimester, then obviously we'll see if we can defer it to next year. We will see. We are still going to try. That's the important thing. We're still going to try. We've not given up on the goal. We've not given up on the desire. We're week 3, I think it is, of our Couch to 5k, which is a slow and steady progress, and already not going as well as planned. I've already had to miss a couple of runs this last week because of how busy we've been and the stress from the mortgage and everything. But we're trying. We're still trying. We've not given up. We're going to keep going. We're going to get to the end of this 8 weeks. And once at the end of this 8 weeks, we're going to try and build up to a 10k. And after the 10k, try and build up to the half marathon in November. And then from December, we officially start marathon training ready for next year, which is a scary thought. It's a very scary thought, but it is a thought nonetheless, and it is still something we are going to attempt. Don't know how well we're going to do it, but we're going to attempt it nonetheless. Anyway, I'm going to finish hobbling my way back home because we are going to go full speed into training for this marathon. Obviously, it's going to take up a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, but we're going to try and do it anyway, and we're going to make sure this year to incorporate calisthenics and mobility as part of my training to try and strengthen up my ankles more than anything. I'm also still debating whether or not to get the Tom Morrison stability builder, which helps increase ankle strength and stability. I think that would severely benefit me, but at the same time it's also another expense and another training course that I'm trying to get onto. I may or may not have the time or the energy for, so we'll see. I don't want to take on too much, but at the same time I do need to make sure I include some strength and mobility training in with this next training malarkey. Here we go. We've got 1 year. We've got 1 year to get ready for this marathon. Let's see if we can do it. So yeah, back home, it's still Monday. I was hoping to do some mobility training or calisthenics training today, and theoretically I can, but my ankle is really freaking sore, and if I'm going to be trying to do a training run tomorrow, I'm in here. One. Where's the other one? I'm in here, I'm not far away. No, she's not coming yet. As I was saying, if I'm meant to be doing a training run as part of my Couch 5k tomorrow, which thankfully is mostly walking with some running, brisking, walking in between, I'm going to need to try and rest my ankle as best I can today. So instead of actually doing any actual mobility or calisthenics training specifically, I'm going to save that to Wednesday, and today I'm just going to focus on stretching out and doing some rehab work on my ankle so that it gets some use but doesn't cause too much pain or damage by having too much weight on it at any one time, because at the moment I can't even do a double-legged calf raise because of the pain. I don't want to overdo it today and put myself into injury tomorrow. So instead we are going to do some rehab work with my ankle, and it's not any particular program or anything I've seen, but it's just what things I've seen on YouTube and I've seen athletes do and things like that apparently are good for ankle recovery. So we are going to do that to try and help the ligaments stop being a grouch. And you can stop being a grouch as well. I can feel you both trying to get to each other. The girls are both very hormonal at the moment, so they're grumpy as anything. Stop. Just constantly going for each other. Like I said, I'm going to do some rehab work. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It might not be obvious. It's really not obvious to you guys what's going on, but basically the girls are trying to get to each other because they're both trying to defend me from each other. You are. You're being stupid. But yes, we're going to do some rehab work because at the moment I think my leg needs it, because my God, stop going for each other. No, you're not attacking each other. Ah, parrots. Why do I own you people? Why do I own you birds? You are crazy. We're going to get some rehab work done now, while my ankle is still warm from the walks, because if I leave it till it gets cold, I'm going to really struggle to actually work with it. Off. I don't care. Off. Off, 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 off. I need to off it so I can turn off the... I need to turn off the camera. Thank you. Go away. Leave my toes alone. This? Where's me not stretching my leg out like that is what's causing me the most pain. Like that is causing the stabbing pain right on my Achilles.
So that means we need to amputate.
What are you doing? There we go, that's my feet stretches, mobility, rehab for the day. Don't actually know if any of those are actually any good, but that has already reduced a lot of the pain in my ankle. Let's see if I can actually walk like a human being again. Oh, it's actually allowed me to walk a bit better as well. I'm no longer hobbling as badly, which is nice. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that in the morning as well. Try and get some movement in it. The amount of clicks and clacks and clunks coming from my ankle though, I definitely think my arthritis is playing up. Oh, but hopefully if I know that that gentle little exercise of moving my ankles around is enough to actually reduce a lot of the pain and stretching feeling, might have to do that a bit more often, maybe every morning. Hello guys, we are out and about on another day. It is now Wednesday and I didn't do my run yesterday, but for very good reason. It was scalding hot yesterday, but to be honest my ankle still hadn't recovered from all the walking I did on Sunday after the Manchester Marathon or during the Manchester Marathon, so I didn't want to push it. Well, a lie, I did. I really wanted to push it, and Jason said to me, no, don't do it, don't be stupid, don't push yourself through an injury again and then cause the injury to get worse. That's what happened the last 2 times. So I took his advice and I decided to give it one more day of rest so that I could be as fully recovered as physically possible, ready for the rest of my runs this week. I am currently on my only dog walk of the day today. We have Walter down here. Hello Walter. He's desperate for a game to find the treat. And we have Alfred, and we have the Scotties, and we have my Enzos, who's my very good boy. You're all my very good boys. Look at this. Yes, you're all my very good boys. You're all boys as well, which is, yes, Hamish, I've not forgot you, dog. I've not forgot my Hamish, don't you worry. There you go. Come on, we're never going to play. Oh, Hamish is tangled again. Go here. There we go. Rah, rah, rah. Oh yes, I didn't want to, like I said, push myself through injury, so I took his advice. I had yesterday as a rest day, and we're going to be out on a run again today. Now, truth be told, we're actually in the middle of a heat wave right now. Can't you tell? It is scalding hot. It's meant to get up to 25, maybe even 26 degrees today. By 2 o'clock, I think they said, 3 o'clock, it was going to get to 25, 26 degrees, which is very, very hot for the UK, especially this time of year. I'm not too sure where this mini heat wave has come from, but it is scalding. Like I said, it is scalding hot today, absolutely boiling. And I've got to try and go running in it. I did debate whether or not to try, come on, good boys. I did debate whether or not to try running this morning, but unfortunately I didn't get up on time. If I had left for a run this morning, I would not have got home in time in order to get the dogs out safely this morning. I wouldn't, no. I would have had to cancel a lot of walks and I cannot afford to lose the income. So instead we are out with the dogs and I'm going to have to do my run straight after work in the hope that it's not going to get too hot before then. Come on, round this tree. Here's hoping, eh? Here's hoping indeed. So because of bad timing for a plane to go over my head. Even better, helicopter. Come on, you two. Well, as I was trying to say, because of having a slight ankle, I don't want to say injury, strain would be more accurate, exhaustion, ankle exhaustion, due to all the walking around I did on Sunday. You wouldn't believe that would give me ankle exhaustion, considering I walk for 2 to 3 hours doing an average of 12,000 steps every day as a job. But no, apparently a day in Manchester is enough to do my ankles in. Or as I've been trying to say, because I keep getting distracted, I have had to rearrange my runs quite a bit. Come on, you two. I have had to rearrange my runs quite a bit this week to make sure that I'm not doing the harder runs that should be on this week. To make sure that I'm not doing the harder runs that should be on this week. For example, one of my runs for, not this week, but next week, is to start the run with a 1K warm-up. 1K running warm-up, which I'm not ready for. And I know I'm not ready for just yet. I do need to wait until next week, until that run. Oh, hello. Random little dragonfly there. Don't think it was a dragonfly. I think it was a type of damselfly. I could be wrong. I don't know. In order to make sure that I'm not overdoing it, I can't do this week's runs just yet. So I've pulled some of the runs that I missed last week over to this week. I've moved one of my runs from this week to next week, and I've removed one of my runs from next week onto the week after to try and make sure that I am progressing at a slow and steady pace and not going too hard too fast by missing too many of my runs. Today's run is actually from week 3, even though we are technically on week 4 of our Couch to 5K, and today's running plan is a 5-minute walk to get started, followed by, I'm getting shot in the face here by not pollen, seeds, tree seeds. Today's run, I'm going to get around to it eventually. Today's run is a 5-minute walking warm-up followed by a 5-minute run with a 2-minute rest times 4. So 5-minute run, 2-minute walk, 5-minute run, 2-minute walk, 5-minute run, 2-minute walk, 5-minute run, 2-minute walk, and then a 5-minute walking cool down. Come here, Hamish, you're tangled, bud. You're all tangled. Let me get you. Oh, I just swallowed a seed. Oh, that went down the wrong way. And I'll be honest, 5-minute runs are not what I want to be doing when the weather is like this, when it is so freaking warm. So I'm thinking, considering it is as hot as it is really goddamn warm today. What I'm going to try and do is do my usual route-ish, because I think it said I need to cover about 4.5k today, or in total it estimates I'm going to cover about 4.5k. So what I'm going to try and do is go down my usual route in the local park, but stick to the woodlands where it's nice and shaded and nice and cool. Hopefully after a couple of laps of the woodlands that'll be enough to keep me quite relaxed and chill. I'm also going to make sure to take my water pack with me so that I've got something to drink en route. So I finished work now and it is way too hot to run. I'm just walking in this heat right now and it is sweltering, like literally sweltering. So what I decided to do instead is, while I finished work early, because I only had the one group walk today, I'm taking my parrots out. We're going to their regular fly spot, and luckily for me, because my birds are canopy birds, aka they prefer to fly in the trees and they prefer the safety of the trees, it means that I can actually hide in the shade of the trees and enjoy the warm weather. So I decided what I'm going to do, seeing as I can't run right now, is I'm going to wait until later this evening when it's hopefully a bit cooler. It's not going to start getting cool until like 7 o'clock at night, so hopefully, literally hopefully, I can get out on a run before sunset, which sunset is getting later and later by the day at the minute. So fingers crossed we will be able to get out for a run this afternoon, but until then I'm going to take my girls out, enjoy the nice warm weather, the beautiful blue skies, and I'm going to try and get some calisthenics or mobility training done instead. And the reason I say try is because I've already accidentally left some of my calisthenics gear at home. I forgot to grab my big sturdy strap that I can throw over trees and use as a pull-up mechanism or inverted pull-up rows. I also forgot my mat because I'm an idiot, but at the same time it's going to get dirty. I don't particularly want my mat to get dirty when I use it at home. But I am facing my fear. Regardless of which way you look at it, I am facing my fear. I'm going to do some training outdoors in what is technically a public place. There we go, the girls are out there now playing in the trees, having some chill time. And for all those that don't know, my parrots are actually free flight trained. That means they have undergone several months, over, in her case, over a year worth of training to allow them to fly outside safely and return without flying off, or to reduce the chances of them flying off. So please do not try this with your own parrots if you have them. These girls have been specifically trained to allow them to do this. The evil camera, yeah, the evil camera that you hate so much. I know, you hate that camera so much. Hi, Lyra. know what, I was just thinking to myself, there's nowhere to actually do any tricep dips here, because that's the only other thing I really need to do or want to do. And I just realised there's actually a bridge over there that I can use instead. It just means unfortunately moving all my stuff so we don't leave it behind. There we go, my exercise training's done. I'm going to do something I've not tried before yet with my girls. I'm going to take them on a short walk and see how they get on. I'm not going to go too far though, I'm only going to keep it short. Come on. They're very good girls, I love my birds. One's in the tree up there watching us, so we're going to go on a short walk, just a small loop, back to where we started, and see if they're very good at staying with me. Come on, Puff. Right, it's just this one. He's coming! There comes Lyra! And here comes Puppy! Hey, Lyra! Come on! No, you want me to place you in the tree? Good girl. Good girl. So far so good. They stayed with me. We had one spook when I slipped. It's not I slipped. You want to go over there? We're not going over that way, because that way is a place where I can't get you back if you fly over there. So, thanks Lyra. I've now got a choice. I want to stick to the trees or go in this slightly open area. I think I'll stick to the trees and then try the open area. Well, it's safe to say that was a very successful outing. I rather enjoyed that. It was nice being able to do some exercise outdoors at the same time, give my parrots some fly training and let them have a play in the trees and enjoy the outdoors. They did very, very well on their walk. They stayed with me, they didn't spook off, they didn't try and disappear or fly off or go mad. They stayed with me the whole time, just chilling and enjoying the view. And we had a really, really lovely time, and I can't wait to do that again soon. I really, really can't. That was marvellous. I need more days like that. But we're going to head home now, and unfortunately the entire way home is going to be in the blistering heat. But we're going to go home, going to get the girls sorted, get them chilled out. We're going to not get something to eat because I've not long had a Huel, but we're going to go home, chill out, might do some video editing, and then we are going to wait until the weather is a lot cooler, probably hopefully 7 o'clock today, and then we are going to attempt to go on that run, or the training run that we have planned for today. So fingers crossed. So it's now Wednesday evening and it is still scalding hot outside. It's still about 22, 23 degrees. I'll be honest, I've had enough. My skin is on fire. I've not sunburnt because I made sure to put factor 50 on today just in case, but I can feel just how much I've had the sun in my face today, and it's exhausting. I am literally exhausted from the heat that today has had. So I have made the annoying decision that I'm not going to do my run today. I'm going to reschedule it for later in the week. However, I've at least done something today. I've done some mobility, I did a bit of calisthenics, so I've done something today. So that's made me feel a bit better. I am going to try with all my might to get up early tomorrow morning and go for a run first thing in the morning before the weather even has a chance to get hot. So hopefully tomorrow might finally get on this run.